I recently uploaded a video just a couple of weeks ago with 5 reasons why you should intercalate. Now, due to a recent update from the UKFPO, this video really did not age well. So the rules have changed with regards to intercalating for matching students to their preferred foundation school and program. The changes take place from 2023 onwards. So assuming you've intercalated or you're going to intercalate, this change will affect you if you started university in September 2017, and if you're not going to intercalate, then it'll affect you if you've started in September 2018 onwards. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, my name is Hassan. I'm a third year medical student at UCL. On this channel we talk about medicine and self-development. Before we go any further, I've linked timestamps in the description below, so please feel free to check them out and skip ahead to the sections that interest you. So previously, when applying for the UK Foundation Programme, it consisted of 2 main categories: your educational performance measure and your situational judgment test, which you take in your final year of university. With regards to the educational performance measure, this was split up into 2 parts: your medical school performance and your educational achievements, such as intercalated degrees you may have done before medicine, and publications. With all this, everyone is given a unique rank which is used to differentiate between applicants when applying for the foundation program. But now this is no longer the case. The UKFPO have decided to completely do away with your educational achievements and solely focus on your medical school performance and your situational judgment test. So in this video, I'll discuss the reasons for doing this, the medical school council's response, and whether you should still intercalate or not, and some things to consider. So the rationale behind it is split into 4 parts. According to the UKFPO, the number of students gaining additional points from intercalated degrees and publications has risen from 30 to 70%, meaning there's less differentiation between applicants at the foundation program level. Reason number 2 is there's some universities that can gain 2 degrees without taking a full additional year out to intercalate. An example of this is Nottingham. They allow you to do a BMed Sci, which is integrated within their 5 years of medical school, meaning they get the points of doing a full additional degree without actually undertaking a year out. The UKFPO feel this isn't going above and beyond by not undertaking an additional year of study to gain an additional degree and points. Reason number 3 is there's concerns about widening participation with regards to students undertaking an additional year of study to gain an additional degree. This means students will have to take out a maintenance loan for this additional year, adding to their debt already. Not only this, in 5th and 6th year, you do get a bursary from the NHS, but oftentimes this isn't enough to cover your complete living costs. So for students experiencing financial hardship, it may be difficult to make up the costs in both 5th and 6th year, as it's an additional year where your bursary may not completely cover your living costs. Moving on to reason number 4. According to the UKFPO, research has shown that the SJT is a much better predictor of postgraduate success than educational performance measure. And as well as this, to join and to progress within the foundation program, having additional degrees and publications isn't required. Because of all these reasons, the UKFPO has decided to remove the educational achievement score from the application process. So now I'll discuss the MSC's response to the UKFPO's decision to remove educational achievements from the application process. The MSC is the Medical Schools Council, the representative body for medical schools in the UK. I'll distill it down into 4 main points. So the first point is the MSC strongly opposes the decision by the UKFPO to remove educational achievements from the application process. As well as this, the MSC argued against this choice at every official meeting they had with the UKFPO prior. Point number 2 is the MSC supports the inclusion of educational achievements in the application process, as they feel the option to undertake an additional degree and research in the form of publication can enrich the student experience. As well as this, the option to intercalate and undertake research could spark interest in a clinically academic career that students can then make the choice to go towards. Without intercalating and without taking any additional research, they may find it difficult to go down the clinical academic route without knowing what it's actually like. The third point addresses the issue raised by the UKFPO in regards to widening participation. The MSc supports many students from a widening participation background to intercalate, and they feel the award of these degrees offers more mobility in the future and offers them more choices. The MSc feels that widening participation students will be the ones that are affected by this decision to remove the extra points from the application process, as they'll have already invested in the degree and they'll have already spent a year taking the degree and taken on the additional maintenance loan that comes with it without reaping the benefits of the points afterwards. So the 4th point the MSc addresses is with regards to timing. The MSc feels it's unfair for the UKFPO to make a decision at this time that will affect students who are currently undertaking courses or degrees that they thought would gain them extra points at the end of it. Additionally, students who have already intercalated and will be graduating in 2023, they'll also be affected by this as they've already intercalated, but the points for their degree won't count towards their foundation program. Point number 5, which sort of ties in with point number 4, is that the UKFPO stated in their letter that they made the decision to remove educational achievements from the application process all the way back in February, and they only made the decision to tell medical students in December. Now, the Medical School Council finds this alarming as they feel if we knew about the decision in February, a lot more students could have made the decision as to whether they want to intercalate and whether they actually want to take an additional year out, now knowing the updated circumstances, that they will not be awarded any extra points for their intercalated degree and any publications they receive. The MSc said that students could have avoided the additional cost of a degree and the loss of 1 year's earnings. So now arises the question, should you still intercalate? Ultimately, this is a decision that you'll have to think about and come to yourself, but there are a few things to consider. So one point to consider is the UK Foundation Programme is said to not be as competitive as the rotations are becoming increasingly generic, meaning that intercalating may not be a distinguishing feature. Additionally, the intercalated degrees that you do and any publications you receive will still be taken into account when you apply for specialties later on. So if you undertook a degree in cardiology and this is a specialty you want to apply to in the future, then your cardiology BSc will be taken into account and it will be looked at during your application. As well as this, you get to spend a year focusing on an additional degree or a particular area of study. For example, I chose maths and computing as this isn't something I would have been able to learn within medical school, obviously, and I would have found it difficult to learn outside of medical school as medical school is really time consuming. So having this additional year out has given me the chance to, focus on other things like YouTube, but also study in depth something that I've wanted to do for quite a while, which is learning how to code and learning maths again. So with that point, given how time consuming medical school is, it is sometimes nice to sort of take a year out and do something else, and you can reignite old hobbies that you may have lost during medical school, or even start some new hobbies that you've wanted to but you haven't made the time for. If you're still on the fence as to whether you want to intercalate or not, just check out my video here. It still has 4 other relevant points as to whether you should intercalate. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.